Okay, so this one's dicey. It is time for us to figure out whether these were points or not. So we're looking at the footage. This was Adam Bradley. What is missing is the audio of Jake screaming, are these points? Is he gonna do it? And yet at the same point, according to the referees, no, he didn't. If those aren't points, they sure kind of look like them. But I'll start with you, Tim.
I got to defer to the streets. On the streets, that's sweet. He didn't turtle. Turtle's like the magic mushroom in ADCC. If you could turtle, you can get out of all things or go into all things. There's no turtling happening. He's on his back. Like, okay, he's up on an elbow, but okay, it's not a pass, but for sure he's not on top. And if it's not a sweep, then how do you classify Adam's position there? What position is he in? Is he on his back? Of course he's not. He's on top. It's got to be a sweep. I'm really interested in hearing what you have to say, Jake, being that you were right there and you were sitting right next to the chief ref.
I was next to Jay Regalbuto, chief ADCC judge, and he said that's going to score. He's going to get the 2 points. And Jay was looking over to the left, looking at Mo Jasm. Mo actually was in the judge's chair for the first time in years and years. I was fully prepared to, do the whole commentator thing. Adam Bradley makes it happen in the last 20 seconds or whatever. In my head, when I watched it, and when I do watch it, I thought, okay, 2 points, right? And if you look at some of the ADCC videos that people have been circulating around social media, people even explaining it using the ADCC rules website, then it seems like the general consensus of the public is that it was 2 points. I'm going with Jay Regalbuto, though. I'm going to use him as my scapegoat.
I think this does fall on Mo. And I will tell you this, there is a way to make it right, and there is the possibility of giving him the invite. The question is, how does everybody feel about Bradley getting an invite when in actuality, it doesn't feel right there either? I think that's the pressure of having that responsibility. I know that ADCC has issues in terms of, man, it takes a long time to get points, but I do think it is normally a positive in the sense that when we get them, it feels definitive. When we were doing our broadcast, all I could think about was, I don't know if he's going to have enough time to settle, which is sometimes the discrepancy or the idea that sometimes it feels like sometimes 30 seconds to see points happen. In that close of a match, in that prominent of a spot, it did feel like a little bit of a fail. If Jay is yelling for it and he is on the judging panel, but he's doing commentary, the sad part of that is the commentary probably is not going to supersede the judging ability at that moment. I do argue this. It feels empty. It feels bad, and it's not to take away from Pixley, because Pixley did a great run as well. It's just something doesn't feel right about it, and I don't know that there's any way to amend it, which makes it worse. I would just tell you this. At its core, bottom to top, normally points. So for whatever reason, we aren't there, and you can't keep it that consistent or that simple. I hope you have a good explanation for it, and don't be alarmed if people have feelings about that explanation, because it still may not do the trick, because it may not either rectify it or give them the satisfaction of the result and outcome it could have been.